Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, if you guys are a QNT holder and you guys have about 3 seconds, hit that like button. It does only take a few seconds and it does help the channel grow immensely. You guys have no idea how much it does help, and if you guys could do so, I would greatly appreciate that. Now, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a lot of things within, of course, the Quant ecosystem, but I do want to talk to you guys more so about Bitcoin. And I know a lot of individuals are out there right now are probably saying, what? Why do you want to talk about Bitcoin? Well, it's because we are still in a Bitcoin-driven market, but QNT is breaking over my resistance level. We're going to be addressing that. We're going to be talking about that as well. But I do want to talk to you guys about a lot of things revolving around QNT's, major partnerships, or I should say Quant's major partnerships, and where they kind of lead us back to, of course, QNT in terms of price appreciation and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's see if the holders tab has officially updated. It should have updated fully. So we are almost at 4,500. We hit, or 45,000, sorry. We hit 44,942, which was a slight increase from the day before. I still believe that QNT will be hitting about at least 50,000 holders by the end of March. I'm going to be very excited to watch that unfold. But I do want to talk to you guys about some major partnerships here. So again, we do see here probably SDX, SBI, and there's so many names here. Deloitte, for an example. I don't know if KPMG is on here. No, KPMG is not on here. But Deloitte is definitely one to continue to watch for. We have some major names here. Always best to judge a project by the company they keep. SIA, Oracle, PayUK, LAC Chain, MIT, Hyperledger, KPMG, Bank of England, World Bank, NVIDIA, Government of UK as well. Something tells me this just isn't, or sorry, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And honestly, yes. When we are talking about, QNT, or I should say Quant, we're talking about all of the major partnerships behind Quant. It is crazy, to say the least, how massive of a giant Quant actually is. I mean, I don't think people realize the fundamentals behind something like this. You just need to honestly do your own research to really understand why Quant is so undervalued. I mean, I've done so many videos on Quant. I've done so much research. I actually just talked about this in regards to XRP. I said, I've done so much research on some of these assets, and it's just crazy to me how undervalued they are. I just would never sell these assets at these prices. I mean, would I sell QNT at $1,000? I mean, it's hard for me to let it go at $1,000. Just because I know that it's going to be moving so much money, especially over its Overledger network. And I mean, I just see the price of QNT continuing to rise and rise and rise, and I believe it will rise fast. I mean, think about it like this. We're at $120 currently. Okay, we have 45,000, or I should say almost 45,000 holders. Okay, and this is Terra. Sorry, I did not mean to go to Luna. I actually meant to go to Bitcoin. So we're at 45,000 holders currently on QNT. Go to, Bitcoin's holders, right? And look at how many holders there are for Bitcoin. 40.7 million holders. Best part about this is go back to when this was $150. Okay, here we have 2013, 2014. Okay, this thing was at like $120 back here in August. Then it ran all the way to, $1,100. Then it came down, recorrected, kind of traded sideways, still around like 200 some dollars, $400, $500, $600, and eventually, you guys do see the topping point for, 2017, 2018, $20,000. Then we came down, corrected, traded sideways, and then this year alone, or I shouldn't say this year alone, but last year alone, we hit almost $70,000. Okay, and this is in the span, I mean, you're almost looking at 10 years. A 10-year difference. And it's not even technically a 10-year difference because, I mean, you could have bought this thing at almost $200 around this time, or around almost $100 during this time as well. But we'll go off of 2013, right? So in a little over 9 years, it did from $100 all the way to $70,000. Can you hold it that long? Can you hold QNT for that long to really see the true value realized? I want to know from you guys right now down in the comments below. Do you think that you could hold Q&T until it hits 10,000, 70,000, $100,000? Let me know what you guys think. We also say you pay attention to these moments. This is a monumental milestone. After 5 years of development, I'm pleased to announce that ISO today has published our new standard on guidelines for governance for blockchain and distributed ledger technologies, ISO TS 23635 2022. Congratulations to the WG5 team for tireless hours of effort over a sustained time frame to get this done. A development collaboration across borders guides developers and organizations seeking to develop and use blockchain systems. The technical specification provides guidance on conflict resolution, lifecycle management, blockchain termination, decision making, and other matters warranting governance consideration. A huge thanks to the leadership of Working Group 5 by Roman Beck and the team I've come to know as friends spanning Australia, Denmark, UK, USA, Russia, Spain, India, Japan, Ireland, Singapore, Malaysia, France, and many other countries. This effort has been a truly global collaboration. The best part about this is that this is for countries. I want you all to realize that ISO TC 307, for an example, is for, these major countries to utilize this technology. Now, this is a completely different standard. We see this. Our vision is that Overledger Network is going to be the hub that connects the US, China, Latin America, Australia, UK, and Europe to interoperate digital assets and cross-border transactions. And here we have major connections to huge areas around the world. I mean, we're talking about, Australia, Denmark, UK, USA, etc. I mean, these are huge names. I want you to all realize what is being built behind the scenes. This is extremely bullish. Guys, pay attention to Q&T. We also see here Quant Network is largely doing marketing to businesses via partnerships with consulting firms, which provide advice and services to businesses, including a majority of Forbes 500 companies. This goes back to 2021. Guys, check this out. So here we have confirmation. You could also work with Quant partners, Namecheck, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG to build connectors to your own specification. And then, of course, we have, unfortunately, only numerous meetings with, we rely on our consulting partners to take our technology to clients and markets we don't have a presence in. Yes, when we sign and announce partnerships, it will be publicized. We are currently working with 2 of the big 4 global consultancy firms, who are taking our technology to their clients. They are taking their technology to their clients. I want you to realize how huge this actually is, especially from Deloitte, right? Like, some of these are major names in the game. So here you have Deloitte. This is a global network. We do see, this spans 175 years of service. Our network of members firms spans more than 150 countries and territories. Together, Deloitte's more than 330,000 people worldwide make an impact that matters. This is huge. I want you to understand how big these, major, companies are, these businesses, these banks, if you will. But these are more so firms, right? And when we are talking about how much money they are moving, I know that this doesn't seem like a lot. These are facts and figures, but these are in the millions. So these are well over billions of dollars in revenue. And I want you to all realize that this is huge for Q&T because Deloitte, and not only Deloitte, but KPMG as well. Don't forget KPMG. I mean, KPMG is huge. I mean, 145 countries with over 236,000 employees and has 3 lines of services: financial audit, tax, and advisory. Again, all of these are huge. These are massive. I want you to all realize how massive these major companies are. Okay, and KPMG has $32.13 billion in revenue in just one singular year. This is how much money these are worth. And I want you to realize that when we are talking about these networks, these companies, I mean, these are huge names in the game. And of course, I look at Q&T and I'm like, does Q&T just have every big bank on board? What's going on here? Because to me personally, when we're talking about Quant, I just don't think that a lot of their partnerships are realized just yet because they are under NDAs. Maybe they can't discuss a lot of things. I mean, to me personally, Quant is absolutely killing the game with partnerships, and I do believe that the connections are being built. You need to look at the things behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about why I do believe that Q&T is about to go parabolic. And no, I'm not looking at the chart and I'm saying, hey, we look extremely bullish here. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm talking about. let's talk about the overall market. So we do see here why Bitcoin has not impulsed since early 2021. Shout out to Tech Dev for this. Wave symmetry, declining volume, tops at blue with price below cents. Corrective RSI, dormancy flow down plus near bottom. SSR oscillator down plus near bottom. We're ending a year plus correction, not starting one. And yes, we have been in a massive corrected state basically for a very long time. And when we are talking about the bull market, yeah, I do believe that we are still in a major bull market. Yeah, we are in a massive correction currently. You guys can see that from the RSI down here on the bottom. But you can even see it from, just the indicators in terms of dormancy flow as well and the oscillator. You could see where we currently are. And when we are where we're currently going, it's like $140,000 to $220,000 plus. Incredible crypto, also a very strong close here on Bitcoin. This indicates chances we see 29 to 32K are a lot less likely. Now we just need to seal the deal with a monthly close above 46.8K to put the nail in the coffin for bears. And yes, I do agree. Like, we want to see like around like 48K, honestly. Like 48K puts us right back in demand zones going back to like 2021. That's where I personally want to see it. But there's also been a lot of talks around Bitcoin. What's next for Bitcoin? Are we going, down to 32K? What, are we going to have a massive rejection? Are we going to have a massive correction? It's hard to say. There's been a few individuals that have been spot on with things. For example, Blockchain Backer. Shout out to Blockchain Backer for this. But here he has this chart that's kind of overlaid. Here's March, of course. It's funny because March now we are basically at like 44K. It's honestly like very scary how similar this actually is. But we do see this rising to almost 58K and then having a massive correction all the way down to about like 34.9K yet again. And I'm just saying, if we have this same exact pattern play out, first off, it all depends on what Bitcoin dominance does during this time here from like March to almost April. It all depends on what Bitcoin's doing during that time for a lot of these altcoins. Like, for an example, Q&T's Bitcoin price chart probably looks like every other, so this looks like every other altcoin, in terms of their Bitcoin price chart. It looks terrible. Currently, right now, Bitcoin dominance is at around like 43%. We're still rejecting off of major resistance. I'm not getting extremely bullish on altcoins right now at all. I'm just saying, when we are talking about Q&T and we're talking about the macro view here, understand that we are still, in line for a massive alt season. I am not putting that away at all because we have seen a lot of altcoins not even come close to their all-time highs. And new all-time highs are mostly made, during the last 10% of the market for a lot of altcoins. Like, for example, I look at XRP, I look at XLM, I look at Bitcoin Cash, things like that. A lot of those OG laggard assets like XRP run last during the last 10% of the bull market. So that is exactly what I'm waiting for. And during that time, yes, I do believe that Q&T is going to be going absolutely mad in terms of price appreciation. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.